Chris Bell with EdTech Team, and today I'm going to show you how to get signed up for Flipgrid and get started. Flipgrid is an amazing video-based formative assessment tool that can be utilized on virtually any device and from anywhere. This allows you to take the classroom outside of the four classroom walls and have students interacting with each other in video-based format, which is something our younger students really like and prefer. So to get started and to create your free account, click Create Free Account at flipgrid.com. That's flipgrid.com. And here, click Free Account, Create Free Account. And in here, you're going to add your details. We're going to start with a Flipgrid 1, a free account that allows us to have one grid and create a number of topics within our grid. I'll explain what those are in just a moment. Today we're going to do Other. I'm a technology instruction coach. Actually, organization. EdTech Team. Create my grid. And get logged in. Now I'm doing this from the desktop, but I could also create this on an iPad or from a mobile device. In the beginning, there's a way to allow you to learn a little bit more. So there's a tour to walk you through it, but I'll skip that and I'll take you through myself. So what we're looking here is our dashboard, and this shows my grids, and the grids that are topics around a particular subject. So an example would be for a middle school math teacher, I might do period 1, algebra, Bell. And this grid will be utilized in our class for responding to questions that I pose in class or outside of class, reinforcing the concepts, or even preloading or front-loading some concepts. Up here at the grid link, I get a URL that is pre-assigned. If I have Flipgrid Classroom, which is a paid product, then I could actually customize that to be something more like Bell, Algebra, or whatever I prefer. Security and privacy, I can put a password protection on it, which is something you may or may not do depending on your preference. This way they have to have the password in order to access your grid and topics and responses. That may be something you want to do to maintain privacy. And you assign the password and you provide that to the students. I could turn on or off share links, and that allows students or others to share a link to Twitter, Facebook, or Google Classroom. If you're using Google Classroom, you may want to keep that on. Allow students to receive email notification when topics are created and new responses are recorded. So that would mean that students get a response when they provide an email address and a student or another person responds to one of their posts in the video. You can also allow them to download their videos after creating a response. I don't see why you wouldn't want them to be able to do that. I can set it up to receive an email notification when anytime new videos are added to topics in the grid. If you don't really want all those videos, you can just turn that off. And then transcriptions are similar to YouTube. When you upload a YouTube video, they are auto-transcribed. This is using machine learning. Flipgrid uses IBM Watson, but basically this will help your learners who either are hearing impaired or potentially just need to see some text. It's not going to be perfect because ultimately it is machine translated at this point. However, it's pretty good. Okay, and then I can also add an image, customize an image, and there's other ones that are pre-formatted already. So I'll select something like surfing because that looks fun. So I've create my grid. Oh, looks like I had too many characters. So we'll just say period 1 algebra. Create my grid. And then add a topic or two to start your class discussion. So this is the start of the school year, I might say. Introduce yourself. Take a minute to introduce yourself to the rest of the class and me, myself, to the rest of the class, and share something interesting about yourself. And I can set the video response time to 30 seconds. If I have Flipgrid Classroom. If I don't have Flipgrid Classroom, I can do 15 seconds, or I can do a minute, and I think that minute and 30 seconds. So I'll probably set this to allow for a minute and 30 seconds. But sometimes if I had Flipgrid Classroom, their paid product, I might want to set it to, describe something or teach something to someone in 15 seconds. So it requires them to be concise and constrained in their response. So once I do this, I can set up a freeze date. So it'll basically, if I have Flipgrid Classroom, it'll lock it out. I will make this active, and then I can add other resources here. So I could record a video of myself talking through this. I could upload a video that I've already done. I can add a video from YouTube if I have the link to it. I can upload an image. I can add a Giphy. So let's see. Introductions. Let's find one fun here. And none of them seem like I want to use them. But if I did, I would select one, and that would in there, and I can add emojis if I want to. A little bit of fun elements. So then I can also, if I have Flipgrid Classroom, I can add a URL. Today we're talking about the free product, so I can't add any of those things from Google Docs, OneNote, Dropbox, etc. So then on the responses, the students will be able to respond with stickers and drawings, so they can draw on top of their video or their pictures. They can respond with emojis or likes only. Response can either be private, so that only I can see it, or public, so the rest of the students in the grid can see it. And then they can add a title to their response. Now, when it comes to response moderation, I'm a big fan of gradual release of responsibility, teaching about responsible comments, responsible digital projects. So I might turn that on in the beginning. And that'll allow me to control before they're released into the rest of the class. But that will require that I have to look at all the videos ahead of time. So in the beginning, I might want to do that. If we had Flipgrid Classroom, students could reply directly to a response. I can require that they have an email address to submit a video. Now, for a lot of my students, especially younger students, I'm not going to turn that on at all. I'm not going to require that. And then we could allow the number of views of videos received on there. And then feedback allows me to provide basic feedback. Or if you get into Flipgrid Classroom, once again, you can build custom feedback rubrics. So that's my topic. It's created. Once I have created it, here is an actual link to my topic, which I could project on the screen, which depending on the classroom that I am in, I could share it via AirDrop. I could post it into Google Classroom. There's a lot of different things that I could quickly take this address and put it somewhere for students to respond to. Okay, and since there's no topic responses here, we'll come back to that in a secondary video.